Good morning and welcome to day 2 of the Mainland Cup between Canterbury Hockey and Otago Hockey. First up today we see the under 18 girls playing on our Otago Polytechnic turf. I'm sure that the Otago girls are going to look to change their performance from yesterday after a 7-1 loss to the Canterbury girls. Joining me in the commentary box today I have Lockie.
Yeah, thanks, Jaden. It should be quite an interesting game. Obviously, Otago will be very disappointed with how they performed yesterday, but Canterbury were very clinical on the breakdown. They had many chances and they capitalised. So Otago will be looking just to play a bit more patiently today, and yeah, it should be good.
And just an update from day 1 of our Mainland Cup. Otago are up 12 points and Canterbury are 4 points after 3 of our Otago teams won yesterday and 1 of the Canterbury teams winning yesterday. So I'm sure Otago is going to look to continue with that fine form today.
Oh, perfect. Here are the numbers. I know her. I just know the back.
It looks as if Otago have won the toss, so they're going to look to start with the ball in the first quarter, and I'm sure they're going to come out firing. And they look to attack very quickly, but a quickly turn over to Canterbury, and they look to start their attack down the middle of the field, looking for a fellow pass, and she gets control of the ball on top of the circle for a free shot, and that's a great goal. A top-in shot in the first 20 seconds of the game. I can't think Canterbury can ask for much more than that one there.
Yeah, not a good start by Otago. They wouldn't have been looking to concede in the first quarter, let alone the game. But unfortunately, you get down to the big jobs and a small error from the goalkeeper to just put it in the back of the net, as we see a little bit of a foul from the Otago players. Canterbury look to have another opportunity. Great pass. Good goalkeeping, and it's touched away for a long corner.
Canterbury have really come out firing in the start of this quarter, and they're going to look to continue that attacking pressure they've been going out with on the right hand side, but a turnover to the Otago girls, and we win a free hit there. Hopefully the Otago girls are going to look to slow the game down now, take some more control back of the game and try and equalise as soon as possible. But a nice high press coming from the Canterbury strikers here, not giving an easy outlet to the Otago girls. And we go back and around here to Emily on the ball. She gives a nice long pass to Ella Booth on the right hand side. Looks to attack down that line for a nice wee dribble. And pressure coming from that Canterbury striker. And Ella tries to dribble around, but unfortunately a turnover there. Well worked from the Canterbury girls. A free shot at top of the circle. And that's hit the crossbar. Lucky for the Otago girls. And the ball continues on the Canterbury stick just on top of the circle. Nice wee drive in there to win a PC.
Yeah, well, that's not good for Otago. The Canterbury PCs yesterday were very clinical. I think they had quite a good conversion rate for the PCs, so it should be interesting to see how they continue that form today.
Some great pressure coming from the Canterbury girls within the first few minutes of this game, and I'm sure they're going to look to capitalise on this opportunity here. Really unfortunate there from them before to hit the crossbar, but I'm sure that's going to be a lifeline for the Otago girls, and they're going to look to keep this one out here. We double bracket on the top for the Canterbury girls, so I think we might be looking for a drag flick or possibly a variation. A fortunate mistrap at the top of the circle, but they still retain possession of the ball as they drive the baseline on the right hand side, and that's an unfortunate mistrap for the Canterbury strikers there, and Otago will win a free hit.
Yeah, unfortunately that was Ella Heffernan, a little bit of a mistrap, but Alicia Davis cleaned up quite nicely, but Otago have a lifeline with a 16-yard hit with Emily Brosnahan, who looks to have one of those slice passes, but it's intercepted well by the Canterbury players and throws a good forward ball there inside the 22 now with a good attacking opportunity, but it's well cut out by Phoebe as they look wide again, Canterbury. It's a nice pass, but unfortunately no one could get on the end of it. And Otago have a 16 restart with Molly Lowe.
Continuous pressure here coming from the Canterbury girls as Otago have yet to get into their half of the Canterbury team. Just as I say that, they managed to get a ball across the line but straight into the Canterbury stick, and they look to build their attack starting on that right hand side, and ball on the right hand side just in front of halfway there for the Canterbury girls. Good pressure there coming from Otago's strikers there as they win a good turnover in the middle of the field and look to attack just behind the baseline. Nice awaited pass there from teammate. Unfortunate to get a free hit against them, but a great attacking opportunity from the girls just made there from some mistraps from the Canterbury girls, and they look to play a long pass all the way down to their left hand side with a touch coming off the Otago stick, so that'll give Canterbury a free hit just on the left hand side of the turf.
It was a great opportunity by Otago, but they just couldn't get it on the end of it. As we see Canterbury inside the Otago half yet again. So they dump the ball out to one of the central defenders, and she'll probably look wide as she does to one of the midfielders who will look up. Oh, it's a good ball, but unfortunately been cut out as Canterbury take it quickly, but it's not on the mark. And this one's outside the 22, so it can't go straight into the circle. Well, sorry, it can. It's a nice wide pass to the midfielder who gives it wide again, and here's a good opportunity. Good bit of skill. Nice under the shoulder pass. And they look to dump it out and reset. Nice patience from Canterbury.
Canterbury have really pushed all their team forward with their whole team in front of halfway, and they get an opportunity of the ball on the spot here. Francesca from Canterbury on the ball, but great defence from Otago to get that ball out of the circle. However, Otago retained possession, and another great tackle there from Otago to get the ball down the line on their right hand side. Touch coming off the Canterbury girls, so we have a free hit to Otago just on the right hand side. Some great pressure there again coming from the Canterbury girls. They're really pushing their defenders quite high just in front of halfway, which is definitely helping them, and they're getting some great attacking opportunities, and Otago just don't have any answers to that one. And a big difference so far in this quarter is that Canterbury are being really clinical on the ball. You know, their traps are going well, the ball's going straight to their stick, and Otago's not really being able to match that at the moment, so hopefully they'll look to change that up going forward into this game.
Yeah, Canterbury are quite happy to sit back in a three-quarter press inside their own half to, let Otago just hit the ball around and possibly throw it away. As we see a nice overhead into the pocket, but it's been taken down quite nicely, but a bit of a mistrap, and Otago have a free hit. Molly Low again on the right hand side in their own pocket. And you can see Canterbury, they have quite aggressive press at the moment just to see if they can get any turnovers. As there's a nice wide ball, and the Canterbury press is very nice at the moment, putting a lot of pressure on the Otago back four to make a mistake. Just like that one, and they possibly get a turnover. No, but it's a good tackle. As Otago dribble up the left hand side, just had a little bit of a foot there, and they have another good opportunity to possibly reset or transfer the ball, but it's been intercepted by Canterbury, and they have an opportunity to reset now. Nice wide pass by the Canterbury midfielder, and she looks wide again. Bit of a situation here. It's a good use of skill, but it's a good, thought it was a good tackle, but unfortunately not, as we have a really good opportunity. And is that time? And it's Canterbury's ball.
Attacking opportunity here for Canterbury on their left hand side. Great drive from the Canterbury players. Another stick to stick pass, and that one's ended up in the commentary box up here. Luckily that didn't hit anyone, but a great attacking opportunity again from Canterbury to get that shot away off the baseline, and we'll go for a 16 to Otago with Emily on the ball as she looks to find a pass, and she finds a great slice pass down the middle of the field, which is well defended by the Canterbury girls. Then cleaned up again by the Otago players, who finds one of her teammates on the right hand side, and we look to attack on the right, just getting into the 25 now. Ball's in the circle, but doesn't get past the Canterbury stick, and they work that ball out on their left hand side and start to build their attack. 3 players on the left hand side, really driving that, clinical on the ball. Big reverse coming in, and a touch off the Canterbury stick, just in the reach of Sophie, I believe it was, for Canterbury. And we'll go for a 16 to Otago.
Yeah, the Canterbury strikers are doing really well in getting a hold of those long balls, and their leaders are really, really good. It's just taking apart the Otago back four, as we see a bit of a long handle shot from Emily Brosnahan. And it's good attacking opportunity through the skipper, I believe, yep. Good use of skill to get away from the Canterbury player. She gives the ball wide, but it's intercepted well by the Canterbury player. There's Otago inside the 22 yet again with Molly Lowe. She'll probably look to her midfield to offer up a bit more. She gives the ball down the line to Ange Peru. She'll look to use a little bit of skill. She's quite good at doing that, but unfortunately loses the ball into contact, and Canterbury have done well to get the ball off her. Oh, it's a great work by the Canterbury player.
Canterbury looking to take that free hit nice and quick, and fortunately winning a foot for them as Otago look to set their press up. A free hit just in front of their 25, and they look to go around the back, patiently waiting, transferring from the left to right. Nice dribble infield to win a free hit with a high press there going from those Otago girls, who have now just dropped off into a bit of a three-quarter press, giving Canterbury time and waiting for that long ball, which has been mopped up by Brooke in the middle. Looks to attack that right hand side, gives a nice long ball to that T spot as we drive, and we win a long corner there from the Otago girls. Great opportunity there. The press really worked well, making Canterbury make the mistakes and just holding off and waiting for those intercepts, which is good to see, and hopefully they can make something of this opportunity here as they look to attack that right hand side. Good bit of skill to win a free hit there, and Canterbury back off, and we have a free hit just outside the dotted line on their right hand corner there. I'm sure they might look to come out as there's a lot of Canterbury players congesting in there. We drive the baseline, and Canterbury make a great tackle, and they coming out of the ball on their left hand side, looking to start their counter attack, finding that long pass down the line. Unfortunate mistrap by the Otago defender, and we start the drive on the left hand side, winning a free hit here just on the dotted line. Again, a great opportunity here for the Canterbury girls. I'm sure they're going to look to attack quickly, and they do. Ball's in the circle, and that's stopped on the dotted line. Great save there by the goalie to get the ball out of the reach of the Canterbury player, who just puts it over the baseline.
It's good defence from Otago. You know, it happened yesterday too. Although they conceded 7 goals, I think they back-forwarded quite well with shadowing their players wide, but you know, Canterbury's attackers are doing really well to get those opportunities in, as Emily might look for another slide pass. No, she's patient, and she gives it out to the wing half, who looks up the line for a good midfield lead, but unfortunately Canterbury have lost it, and now another opportunity inside the circle. We see good goalkeeping, but unfortunately it's a little bit bobbly, and Canterbury get it back. It's good use of skill by the Canterbury striker, but an equally good tackle from the fullback. It's a good outlet from Otago, as they'll probably look to retain possession, which they do. So very nice set play from Otago. Lots of patience around the back, and unfortunately they just throw it away, but it's hit the stick of the Canterbury player, and they'll look just to reset, just to slow it down, as they look to transfer the ball wide to Ella Booth, who makes a good running trap off the back foot and throws a really nice pass down the line. Good control of the ball, as this player will look to... Oh yeah, the Canterbury player wasn't 5, and they get a bit of a stern whistle there. The refs don't really want that sort of stuff creeping into the game.
We might even start to see some cards pretty soon. That was a bit marginal from the Canterbury player, not even attempting to back off 5. Nice baseline attempt drive here from the Otago girls, and successfully win a PC from that. I'm sure this is the best opportunity they've had of the game, and I'm sure they're going to look to capitalise that. And hopefully they can get a goal in the back of the net and equalise that to 1-1 with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Great passage of play there from the Otago girls, just taking those free hits nice and quick, trying to catch that Canterbury defence off guard, and they did so very well, and they've got a great outcome from that. So I'm sure we're going to see some nice PC variations here, or possibly just a straight dig from Emily at the top. Nice accurate drag. Ball at the top, going for a reverse, but unfortunately that's gone too high on the first shot, and we'll go for a 16 to the Canterbury girls, who are lucky to come out unscathed from that. Hopefully the Otago girls can look to press this nice and high and get another quick turnover and look to continue the attacking opportunities they have. But they do hold off on a 3-quarter press again. Quite happy to let the Canterbury girls pass the ball around the back and make them make the mistakes as they just have. A great turnover here. Otago on the ball. And great defence by the Canterbury girls to win a turnover. But again, a great opportunity from the Otago girls. That press is really working hard and getting those turnovers for the Otago girls.
Yeah, great press from Otago to put the Canterbury back 4 under pressure. You know, we didn't see that yesterday from Canterbury. I think their fullbacks had a lot of time, as we see Otago make a turnover like halfway and look for Brooke, as she throws a bit of a spectacle pass with her head down, and it's mopped up by Canterbury quite well. As a good interception. It's a 3-on-2 situation here. If Otago can capitalise, they might get a good outcome. Oh, it's a good good goalkeeping. Ongeperu couldn't get a hold of that one properly, and now Canterbury have a good opportunity. Oh, she just clips her foot on the way through, and Otago reset just inside their own half. Good lead by the midfielder as she just looked to pop it out to Brooke, and Brooke gives the ball wide, but unfortunately there's no one there, and Canterbury have another opportunity.
Free hit taken nice and quickly by the Canterbury girls. There's a nice drive. She's got a straight line towards the goal and manages to pop it on top of a stick of an Otago girl, but luckily they won the free hit. Emily on the ball, finding a nice slice pass going right, just out of the reach of the Otago girls, but a mistrap from the Canterbury girls, and Otago win the free hit. Trying to take quickly, but unfortunately off the mark, so they're going to have to take that back, and managed to find a nice pass, but a mistrap again, and giving Canterbury the ball. Another double turnover here, so an attacking opportunity for the Otago girls, and they look to drive that baseline on their left hand side, and a tackle by the Canterbury girls to give a long corner. A lot of double turnovers happening in the last few minutes of this quarter, so hopefully we can look to rectify those going into the next few quarters for this game. A good opportunity though for the Otago girls. Ball in the circle, and they've won a PC. Again, a great outcome for them, well deserved, and we'll see what they can do this time.
Yeah, great bit of skill from Ella Booth to throw a cheeky reverse jink into the circle, and it's mopped up well by the Otago strikers, and they get another good outcome in the circle. They've been capitalising on all their opportunities today. It's been good to see, as we see another single bracket set up, what looks like it. We might see another slide right from Emily Brosnahan, or we might see a layoff. Good injection. Yeah, layoff left. Good save by the goalkeeper. And that open shot. Oh, good goalkeeping. 2 saves in a row. Canterbury come away with the ball, and they'll look to clear it. Nice clearance, good outlet. And Otago have a free hit inside their own half.
Passive press here from the Canterbury girls, as they again just look to let Otago make the mistakes and win the turnover, as they just have, and they look to outlet on their left-hand side. Big overhead going, which is a great overhead, manages to get over the 2 layers, as the Canterbury girl looks to control that, and she does so, finds a pass in the middle of the field. Great bit of skill there from Francesca, as she looks to drive. Beats 3 people, en route to the goal, looking for a pass, and she manages to beat some more people, finds a pass, and we're going to get a shot off on the baseline. Great save by the Otago girls, and the ball's still in play, and Emily looks to go clear that on their right-hand side. That's some great skill there from the Canterbury number 1, Francesca, as she looked to beat at least 5 people there, and manages to get a pass off. Just unfortunate not to get a good shot away, as Canterbury look to attack on their left-hand side. Good crash ball into the circle, mistrap by the Otago girls, and the ball's free. And Siri gets the ball on the left-hand side for Otago, finds one of her fellow players, and they look to drive that left-hand side. Good pressure coming from the Canterbury defence as they get a good turnover there, and now they look to start their attack on their right-hand side. To do so, find a good pass at the top of the circle, but a mistrap, and unfortunately they can't get a stick on that, and we'll go for a 16.
Yeah, just a few little mistakes coming into the Canterbury game as we go to the end of the first quarter. little bit of skill. It's a good tackle from the Otago players. She'll look to outlet it. Back to Alicia again, and she looks long to the high striker who made a good lead, but unfortunately couldn't get a hold of the end of it.
Great tactical play there from the Canterbury girls, really effective on the ball there, just looking to recycle and change the angle of attack, and unfortunate not to get a stick on the end of that, as Otago turn the ball over just in front of halfway and Canterbury go for a free hit on the right hand side. I'm sure the Otago girls are going to look to come out firing again, just with a passive press, trying to make the Canterbury girls make the mistake. Now they look to attack the right half there, and they do so well. As she gets put under pressure, she decides to dribble down the left-hand side and passes to her teammate on the right, and they look to recycle well and change that angle, trying to find that long pass, but well mopped up by the Otago girls, and they look to build their attack on the left-hand side. But Canterbury turn the ball over well, great tackle, and she looks to find her player on the left-hand side, just out of her reach, unfortunately, and we'll go for our 16 for the Otago girls.
A nice passage of play from Canterbury. There was a bit of a bobbly ball at the start of that play from Rosie Bedford, but it was trapped well by the other Canterbury fullback as Emily gives the ball wide to Ella Booth, and she'll look up and look for a long ball. It's a bit of a duffed ball, but the execution wasn't too good, but the idea was there, as Canterbury can reset just inside their own half, and they'll probably look to outlet it to the midfield. And they might roll out to stretch the Otago press. It's a nice transfer ball to Alicia, who looks in the middle. It's a good opportunity. It's a good ball to a high strike, and she'll look up and look for a crash ball maybe. It's a good ball into the circle, and another opportunity. Shot away, and it's struck the foot of the skipper, and it's another PC for Canterbury.
Good wee shot there by Peyton, number 5 for the Canterbury girls, who manages to get a shot off and put on the foot of one of the Otago girls. And they will go for a PC here. I'm sure they're going to look to use one of their many variations that they had yesterday and capitalise on this opportunity here as they have their discussion and decide what to do. And the Otago girls are putting the PC gear on. And we've got a double battery going on here, so I think that might look to go to the first battery for a flick here. An accurate drag, unfortunately, from Annabelle from the Otago girls, from the Canterbury girls, sorry, but Canterbury look to continue their attack. Great defence there by the Otago. Unfortunately, we'll go for another PC though, and I'm sure the Canterbury girls are going to look to have a more accurate drag this time round. Accurate drag this time around, and we go for a straight hit. Well kept, saved by the keeper as she puts it wide left, and Canterbury are going to get a free hit out on their right hand side as Otago's defence comes and scrambles. They look to take that free hit nice and quick, but well defended there by the Otago girl. Makes a tackle. Canterbury get a turnover and get a ball into a stick, and they get the shot off, and unfortunately that one's gone over the goal, and Otago are going to look to take a 16.
Yeah, it seems like Canterbury are trying something different today, because I noticed yesterday Alicia Davis was the main central defender, but she's punching up a fair bit and utilising her long handle and the crash ball, and it's been working quite well for Canterbury as Otago reset with Emily Brosnahan. Looks to walk it up and find another slide pass wide. There's no one there, and Canterbury have intercepted it well as she'll look to use a bit of skill. She cuts it in the inside really, really well. It's a great pass, and Canterbury have an excellent opportunity, but Otago have cleared the ball well, but unfortunately Molly Lowe gives the ball straight to the Canterbury player, and Ella Heffernan gets a nice dribble into the circle, but is obstructing Molly Lowe, so Otago have a 16-yard hit.
Molly on the ball on the left-hand side here, and immense pressure coming from the Canterbury strikers, a nice high press. And Otago managed to get through that and get a free hit just behind halfway, and they look to take that quickly, and they do so trying to find that long pass, but unfortunate not able to link with one of their players. But a mistrap from the Canterbury girl gives Otago the ball again, and they look to drive the top of the circle on the left hand side. Some stick obstruction, I believe, from the umpire, so Otago will get a free hit inside the 25. They look to take their time and make sure they find the right pass to take this one, but good pressure from the Canterbury defence as they win that, and it just get that out on their right hand side. And a missed pass there from the Canterbury team will give Molly the ball on the left hand side for Otago, and she looks to take that nice and slow, Big handle hit there, going for that long pass, but a nice reaching stop by the Canterbury player to start their attack on the left-hand side here.
Yeah, another good attacking opportunity. It's a good through ball, and Francesca, it's a bit of a foot race between Francesca and Emily Brosnahan, but she'll be appealing for the obstruction. She gets it. It's well done, and Francesca, oh, she didn't dribble 5. She won't be happy with that one because she had a perfect opportunity for an open shot on goal, but makes a little bit of a mistake and doesn't go 5. It was a Otago reset yet again. And she's looking long. She's not even looking to Molly Lowe at the back. She'll just look to clear the ball, but straight to Ella Heffernan in the middle, who'll look up, give the ball to the high striker of Canterbury, who gives it across. It's great passing from Canterbury, and it's a good foot inside the circle. Oh, no. It's not a penalty corner. Open shot, but it's unfortunately wide. Yeah, Canterbury won't be happy with that one. I'm sure that was inside the circle.
Yeah, no, I can definitely agree with you there. Even the Otago girls are pretty sure that was inside the circle. But lucky for them, that didn't get a PC, and we'll go for a 16 hit here with Emily on the ball as she looks to find an outlet. But great defence from the Canterbury girls, not giving them an easy pass. And she looks to give a nice slice, ball going right through Brooke, and she finds the Otago striker, does so well. And they win a free hit just in front of halfway. Brooke looks to take that nice and quickly and find a pass on the left. Unfortunately not able to link up with one of her players' sticks, and Canterbury win the ball and they look to drive. Another double turnover here with Nikita on the ball in the middle, looking to change the angle of play, and she does so well but doesn't get past the Canterbury defender, who does well to win that ball and looks to drive infield. And a free hit there to Canterbury. Unfortunate not to get the advantage, but I'm sure they won't be too mad about that one. And they change the angle again, looking to attack their right-hand side. Nice outlet pass back, and they look to drive the middle of the field. Now some great skill here, looking to find their player. Some good tactical passing there, and they look to recycle the ball out now and restart their attack.
Yeah, it's quite good hockey from Canterbury. They're really patient today. It's a bit of a change from the first period of that first quarter, but Ella Heffernan looks long, but it's cut out well by the Otago skipper. She'll look up. She relieves the pressure by giving it to Emily, who'll look long yet again. It's a good wide ball, but fortunately Sarah Johnson couldn't get a hold of that one, as Canterbury have a good opportunity inside the Otago half. And I'd just like to add that the weather today is actually a lot better than it was yesterday. The weather was pretty marginal, but today conditions have improved, so it's a nice long ball by the central defender as she looks wide. It's a good triangle of play.
A lot of double turnovers happening in the last few passages of play here. A bit of a tussle in the middle of the field, and Brooke manages to win the ball though. But immediately crunched by 2 Canterbury players who managed to win the ball. Francesca on the ball for Canterbury, looks to drive infield, does so well, beating 2 players. Looking to beat another one, but Nikita doing well to make a clean tackle there. And she looks to get the ball out by winning a free hit, and does so quite well. Emily on the ball here for a free hit to Otago. She may look to go long or may look to go wide. As she does, she looks to go long, trade in the middle of the field, finding one of her teammates, but unfortunately not able to trap that one. And Canterbury get another turnover again, and they look to take their right-hand side, finding a nice infield pass. We got a 2-on-1 situation here. A nice wee free hit earned there, but advantage. And they've still got the ball just on the left-hand side of the circle here. Great bit of skill, looking for a nice shot, and she does so well. That's a great goal. She's put it just on the left side of the goalie, which is out of her reach, and managed to get the ball in the back of the goal.
Yeah, small goalkeeping area there. She should have been hugging the near post, but unfortunately didn't know where the post was, and Canterbury capitalised on that mistake and score a goal. As the Otago restart with Annabelle McKnight to Brooke McAwee. She'll look up, she'll go on a little dribble and gives a nice ball to the high player. It's an equally good tackle by Alicia as she looks to recycle that ball and does well to get the ball away. Bit of skill from the Canterbury player, and Brooke recycles it again and will look wide. It's a good transfer of play to Sophie Shellard, and back to Brooke again, who'll look to use a bit of skill. It's a very agricultural tackle. I would have thought that was a card for sure.
The Canterbury player already started walking off. She thought she was going to get carded, but luckily for her, the umpire didn't reach in for her card. So, if you ask me, though, that's definitely a 2-minute green card there. But she'll definitely be lucky to stay on the field, and Canterbury as a whole not to be a player down. They look to attack their left-hand side. Another big overhead coming from them, which is a great overhead. Gets through the Otago defence, but well mopped up at the back here. Unfortunate not to trap that one for Canterbury girls. And Otago look to attack their left side, but just dribbling the ball a bit too much, trying to beat too many players, and Canterbury get a great turnover here. on the baseline. Ball on the top of the circle here for the Canterbury Girls as they look for a shot, and great defence by the Otago Girls as we see a few swinging sticks. Unfortunately not made contact with the ball, but in fact making contact with one of the Otago Girls. Nice big long handle hit there from Emily to relieve a bit of pressure, and the Canterbury Girls will look to work that out of their 25 on their right hand side.
Yeah, I think it's a bit early in the game to be hitting the ball away. I like that, but when you see those channels, I suppose you can hit it if you want. But as Canterbury start inside their own 22, very nice pressure from Otago, putting lots of pressure on the Canterbury midfield and the Canterbury back fours. Another overhead, but it's well taken down by Ella Booth, who'll look up, give the ball. It's a nice receive by the Otago midfield. It's a very good pass. It's another good pass, but there was no Otago player on the end of it, and that was, yep, good call by the umpire. It was above the knee, so it's Otago's free hit inside the Canterbury 22.
Good little attacking opportunity here for the Otago Girls as they look to drive the baseline. Good ball in, but unfortunately it rolls over the baseline and will go for a 16 to Canterbury. But little good passes of play there from the Otago Girls, looking to find those little triangles where possible. And when they keep those passes nice and short, it's going really well. So hopefully they can look to shorten their passes up going forward in this game and get some good outcomes from that. And Canterbury look for a nice long pass down the end, but well mopped up by the Otago team. And they look to take a free hit nice and quickly, do so well, and driving on that right-hand side, looking for that long ball in, and cut off by a Canterbury foot. So we'll go for a free hit to the Otago Girls on the right-hand side. But again, the last few minutes of the game has really been good attacking opportunities for the Otago Girls. Really coming out firing now, and hopefully they can capitalise on this with Sarah on the ball in the middle now. The top of the circle, but well mopped up by the Canterbury Girls, and that's a ball to the face of one of the Canterbury Girls. But luckily, Otago won the free hit there as it popped off the Canterbury stick. And a nice circle entry there for the girls, trying to get a shot off, but unfortunately missing the ball and going for a 16 for the Canterbury Girls.
Yeah, good set of attacking play from Otago, but the defence from Canterbury was equally as good as Ella Heffernan gives the ball, no, that's not Ella, gives the ball to the Canterbury striker, and she'll look to use a bit of skill as she does so well and gets into the circle, and it's a good touch it's a really important touch by Ella Booth to get it over the baseline, and Ella Heffernan starting with the ball on the 22 to Alicia. She'll look long, yep, good ball, but it's cut out really well by the Otago player, and yep, good outlet from Otago. They've been defending quite well, but just a bit scrappy. Too many double turnovers here as the ball trickles out for a 16. It's a bit scrappy here.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. That was a bit of a scrappy play there. Everyone's kind of just swinging their sticks and hoping for the best, not really trying to find a stick pass, kind of just throwing the ball out and trying to relieve a bit of pressure there. So hopefully going forward again that the Otago Girls can look to make those stick-to-stick passes and build their attack from the back rather than just throwing the ball away. And we'll see a free hit here from the Canterbury Girls on their right-hand side, looking for that long ball, but well cut off by the Otago players. And unfortunate mistrap though, and Canterbury look to capitalise on that with aggressive tackle going forward, and Canterbury win a free hit. Looking for an infield pass to Francesca. Unfortunate mistrap though, and Otago's going to try and mop that up, but not as far as the Canterbury stick as they look to build their attack on their left-hand side. And we're going to get the ball. Otago managed to turn over the ball again and find a stick-to-stick pass, which is good, but unfortunately again another mistrap. A few mistraps in the last passage of play, which is just creating a lot of double turnovers here.
Yeah, with just over 2.5 minutes, Otago and Canterbury were just looking to reset at half-time because this passage of play has been really scrappy for both teams. Lots of double turnovers, or even triple turnovers, if you will, inside each other's halves, and they'll just be looking to reset with a very good attacking opportunity from Otago. So they get a free shot, but it's wide, and it's really well cut out by Canterbury as they outlet yet again. Fantastic defence from Canterbury, absolutely clinical. As Otago, another good opportunity inside the Canterbury's 22 is they'll look to the 5 short shot passes, but the Otago striker couldn't get a hold of that one, so it's trickled away for a 16 with just under 2 minutes now remaining in the half. Canterbury looking to play a patient game, possibly an overhead for an outlet. Yep, bit of a bomb coming in, but it's well taken down by the Otago player as the skipper gives the ball long, and this midfielder will look up, gives the ball long. It's a great passage of play from Otago, really good attacking. Well, it's a bit of a chip shot, but unfortunately it wasn't on target. It was from the baseline too, and Canterbury get another 16-yard hit.
Final minute and a half of the first half is Canterbury going to look to start an attack on their right hand side, but unfortunately that ball just bobbles over the sideline. And Ella Booth on the ball on the left hand side for Otago. She's going to look to find a long pass into the middle of the field, which has worked out to be a great pass, a nice stick to stick pass there. They build an attack on that left hand side, just breaching the 25. Good defence from the Canterbury Girls, but unfortunate to not get a stick on that one. And a crash ball into the circle, unable to find a Otago player's stick, and we'll go for a 16 to the Canterbury Girls. Canterbury Girls are really getting put under the pump in the last few minutes, which is great to see from the Otago Girls, so hopefully they can get a goal from it. A nice wee turnover there from a double team tackle on the Otago Girls. They look to drive the 25, put a crash ball in again, and the shot gets off but saved by the goalie. Another shot well saved by the goalie and then well cleared by the Canterbury Girls. I think that may have hit Sarah's knee, unfortunately. She's just running that one off, and hopefully that one doesn't hurt too much.
Really nice pressure from Otago. They've been doing that well for the past few minutes. There's another turnover. Good pressure from Onj Peiru. She looks to get the tackle, but it's a good bit of skill. Really nice bit of skill from the Canterbury players. She looks wide. An equally good trap, an equally good pass. Francesca gets a hold of that one, but it's a good tackle from the... Oh, she's not happy with that one. She wants a card, but the ref holds her ground and doesn't reach into her pocket as the skipper will look wide. And that comes to a conclusion of the first half of this match.
And welcome back to the second half of the game, and we've already started with a good turnover here with the Otago girls, looking to start a nice attack in the middle of the field, and Canterbury managed to get a stick on that, and a wee turnover on the left hand side. Sure, going into this half it is 1-0 to 2-0 to the Canterbury girls. Otago going to really look to put a few goals in the back of the net and come out firing in this half, hopefully, and create some great opportunities. As we see Canterbury attacking the top of the 25, finding a nice pass out wide right, and they're going to look to drive that baseline, and does so well, gets into the circle, nice wee dribble, gets past three players, manages to get the ball to the spot, and a swinging miss there, unfortunately for the Canterbury striker, but they still get another shot away. Great. And the ball's ended up in the back of the goal. I thought the goalie got a pad to that, and maybe she did, but it's rolled into the in the backboard, and a great goal there from the Canterbury striker.
Yeah, Otago have been caught napping again at the start of the quarter. You know, this is a bit of a trend, and they need to wake up, because conceding these goals have been really costly to their game so far. As we restart, and the midfielder looks wide, but it's intercepted well by the Canterbury striker, and she gets it back. Oh, it's a bit of a mistrap from both teams, but Canterbury come away with the ball through Ella Heffernan and gives a nice long pass, but the Canterbury striker misses the ball, and Otago have a free hit inside their own 22. So they'll look to restart with Molly Lowe, who might look long. Oh, unfortunately, it's just drilled out. A little bit of a mistake there, but Canterbury are looking to capitalise on that one as they have a free hit inside the Otago half, and it's quite a good opportunity here just to reset, possibly outlet it, but they look long, and they've sort of just wasted that good opportunity there, and Otago have a free hit.
Emily on the ball for Otago, taking a 16, finds a nice pass into the middle of the field, but crunched very quickly by two Canterbury players, but does well to get the ball out of there, and a mistrap by the Canterbury girls, but Mel mopped up by another player at the back. A few double turnovers happening here, a bit of a sloppy passage of play there, but well cleaned up by the Canterbury girls, now building an attack in the middle of the field. Bit of a duty tackle there from the Otago player just outside the 25. Taken nice and quick though by the Canterbury girls, looking to attack the top of the circle, finds a free play on the left hand side, free shot on the baseline, but nice save by the goalkeeper. Another shot at the top of the circle, but put wide and left, and that was quite a bit wide, but well worked to get a shot off. Free hit trying to take nice and quick by the Otago girls, but turned over really quickly by the Canterbury girls, who get opportunity at the top of the circle. Emily does well to mop that one up after her mistake, so I'm sure she'll look to slow things down on this one and take her time on the free hit.
Yeah, again, it's still a bit early in the quarter to be just hitting the ball away. As Canterbury get another turnover, an open shot on goal, but it's unfortunately wide. But as I was saying, it's a bit early in the quarter to be just hitting the ball away like that. I think Otago need to be a lot more patient when it comes to their position, because they're just looking long already. And you know, if you look back to last quarter, they were doing so well with the short, sharp passes, so they just need to calm the game down a bit. As Emily looks long again, but it's a good ball to the skipper, and she'll probably look wide. Yep, it's a nice wide pass to Ella Booth, and she'll hopefully get her head up and look for a pass, but the Canterbury press is putting lots of pressure on her. As
Done well to switch to play there for the Otago girls, but Canterbury's defence just too strong, managing to come away with the ball on the right hand side. Nice wee tackle there though from Otago, and we get another double turnover here. Free play there, free for all, and Canterbury come away with the ball and build their attack on the right hand side. Beats one player there, looking to beat another, looking to beat the goalie, finds a player on the back of the post, but a foot of the Otago team just stopping that from getting there, and we'll go for a PC to the Canterbury girls. I'm sure we'll look to see another variation here coming from the Canterbury girls if that drag's nice and accurate.
yeah, it should be interesting to see what Canterbury have been doing this time. The traps have been pretty good from Ella Heffernan at the top, but fortunately a few of the drags have just been a bit loose, so hopefully they can improve on that, as the dragger has to go on a bit of a stroll to get the ball, and Otago have already set up, so they're ready. It's a better injection, and Alicia drag flick, but it's really well run down by the Otago players, and Canterbury have an excellent opportunity to just to reset after that penalty corner, as Ella Heffernan just walks the ball up to the 22 and look to take her time as the strikers get ready, and Otago equally ready. Look to drop the ball out to the central defender, and she might look for a bit of a crash ball. It's a good ball, but it's cut out really well by the skipper. Just too many forehand sticks there as Canterbury look to hit the T-spot again. It's well taken down. It's a great passage of play from Canterbury. Oh, it's a good bit of skill, but fortunately Francesca can't get the ball in as Otago have a 16-yard hit with Emily Brosnahan. She might look wide, or she might give the ball straight up the middle. But Molly Lowe has acres of space on the right side, but unfortunately Emily just throws the ball away.
Good pressure coming from the Canterbury defence there, not giving an easy pass there. Unfortunately, Emily just hitting that ball wide over the sideline, so that gives Canterbury a free hit. Pressure here coming from the Canterbury strikers on Emily at the back for Otago. She does well to keep control of that ball, finds a pass, and unfortunately that is just out of the reach of Ellerboth, so Canterbury will get a long corner on the left-hand side of the field. And this last few minutes of the game, Canterbury really been pushing the pressure on the defence of Otago and really keeping the ball in their half. And so I'm sure Otago is going to look for some nice long passes out to try and relieve a bit of that pressure, or try and keep it short and work it out. So we'll see what they're going to do. Good attacking opportunity here, for a good turnover. Looking to switch the play there for the Otago girls, but a missed trap here on the right-hand side of the field. The ball just bobbling over the sideline, going for a free hit to the Canterbury girls. They're just going to look to take their time taking it, being 3 goals up now. I'm sure they're in no rush to get any more goals, but they will continue to add that attacking pressure they have been all game. A bit of a passive press from the Otago strikers, again wanting Canterbury to make the mistakes and win those turnovers. As they look to switch the play to the right-hand side of the field, they do so well, and the Otago strikers all following suit. Making a good tackle there, and Otago win the ball here. Good circle entry here, just on the edge of the circle, trying to get something out of it, but good defence by the Canterbury players, not letting anything in. Done so well, and they get that ball out. It stays in as well. Francesca on the ball for Canterbury, manages to keep control of the ball, tries to beat the Otago player on pure speed, and she does so well. Good attacking opportunity on the right hand side, but decides to come out and switch to play. Great pass to the left hand side, really opens that game up. Finds a T-spot pass on the left hand side of the field and tries to dribble around, but not successful, but manages to get the ball back. Again, looking to switch to play again for Canterbury, just on the edge of the circle. Big hit in, looking for that crash ball, and manages to find the stick of a Canterbury player, but unable to put that in the back of the goal. Great wee passage of play from the Canterbury girls, really looking to switch things up. Managed to get at least 2 or 3 different switches in there, which was great to see, and it created a great opportunity for the Canterbury girls.
Yeah, that was a fantastic passage of play from the Canterbury girls. But it started with a tackle from Izzy Story down at the bottom right corner here. There was a fantastic hustle to give the ball up to Francesca, who's on the ball again. It's another good ball at the top of the circle, and they have an open shot from the dot. Oh, it's a great save by the goalkeeper. Good hustle from Otago to get away with the ball as Emily looks to go on a bit of a dribble. That's very risky play as she goes on a bit of a dive and clears the ball. But you know, you don't want to see your plays diving like that, because as soon as you make body-on-body contact, the umpire might be reaching in their pocket. So it's a nice crash ball from Isabel House, and it's cut away by Otago as they look up the line. It's a nice touch by the Otago player, but there's no high strikers. Ange Peru doesn't have the wheels to get there, and Canterbury have a free hit inside their 22. Isabella House on the ball. It's a nice triangle of play. Rolls back out to Isabella. And we'll just look to the central defender. Kate gives the ball wide. It's a nice ball. Otago unfortunately didn't trap that one, and Canterbury have a really good opportunity inside the Otago half to attack. They give the ball wide. It's trapped well by the Canterbury striker. She'll look to drive the baseline with a bit of skill. Well, she's done really well here. She's still going with the ball. Oh, it's a good tackle by Otago, but really good skill from the Canterbury players to be able to recover from that. As Isabella House has come from the left side of the field all the way to the right. Gives a nice ball down the line and no one's on the end of it, but Canterbury recycle it once again, and an equally good tackle from Otago as they look to relieve the pressure, but it's given straight back to Canterbury as inside the circle again, and a little bit of a foot there, I believe, or an obstruction of some sort.
Canterbury looking to take that free hit nice and quickly just inside the circle and get a circle entry here, see if they can make something of it, but some great defence coming from the Otago girls, but not getting past the Canterbury stick. Great save there from the goalie, crash ball gone in from Canterbury, manages to keep the ball again, so it's still in the Otago 25, and they look to go wide left, maybe look to recycle, but manages to beat one player, looking to beat another. Made a great circle entry there, managed, but unfortunately just loses the ball out of her reach, and Otago mopped that one up. Good free hit there from Otago. Some good defence after the last few minutes of just intense pressure coming from the Canterbury girls. I think they might look to settle down a little bit. Find a great pass in the middle to Brooke. She's got anchors of space. She's going to look to dribble this one while the Canterbury take their time to make a good tackle. Finds a good pass, but cut off well by the Canterbury defence, and she manages to win a free hit. And they look to take that one nice and quick, trying to catch the Otago strikers off guard, but another double turnover here. Look to start their attack for Otago. Good bit of skill, but mopped up well by the defence of the Canterbury girls, and they look to build their attack on that left hand side. Scrambling defence coming from the Otago players. One-handed dribble here on the left hand side, and she looks to beat two players, and she does so well, and she gets a pass off and a great goal. She manages to find a teammate who puts the ball in the back of the net. Great goal there from the Canterbury girls. Nice sweet drive coming from the left hand side, and that Canterbury player managed to beat two players and find a teammate, which is great.
It's a fantastic bit of skill from Mizzy Surridge going up the left hand flank with a bit of a one-handed dribble. It's a really quite a tough skill to master, and she did it so well just then, and they got a goal from it, so it's fantastic play. As Brooke looks to give the ball wide, it's a nice trap from the Otago players. She cuts infield, she has acres of space, she's still going, it's a nice ball. Oh, it was a fantastic opportunity. If the Otago player just dove, she might have got there, but well cut out by Canterbury. Good pressure, good positioning defensively, and Brooke has a good opportunity to find her high strikers and find her midfield as she resets with the long corner. She's looking up, looking for players as she goes on a bit of a dribble herself. Nice bit of skill. Oh, I'm sure that clipped the foot, but Canterbury have a nice outlet just outside their own 22. Annabelle uses a bit of skill to go down the line, and she's got a bit of pace about her. She's going really quickly. Oh, a bit of argy-bargy there, but she's done really well to keep the ball, and she's got inside the circle. How good is that? Great bit of skill from Annabelle to go up the whole length of the field to get that ball away.
A lot of one-handed dribbling coming from these Canterbury girls just to keep that ball on one side of the field and stop the defender of Otago to get to it, and it's working really well for them. They're managing to carry the ball a lot of metres, using that one-handed dribble. And as we see here, another turnover for Canterbury. Manages to start their attack in the middle. Francesca on the ball. Manages to beat one player. Gets a free shot at the top of the circle. Does well. Great save from the goalkeeper, though, as Otago look to work this ball out. And they do so well. Win a free hit. Looking to take the free hit nice and quick, but it doesn't get past the Canterbury stick, unfortunately. So hopefully maybe they'll look to just slow things down going forward. Bit of a harsh whistle there from the referee, not liking the tackles of the defenders for Otago. And we'll see Canterbury start their free hit just in front of the circle in the middle of the field, and they look to bring the ball out, and a big crash ball coming in, but doesn't get past Ella Blue's stick on the right hand side, and she looks to find a teammate. Big top handle hit, gets to a Canterbury stick, and that bobbles out of the sideline, so Otago will take a free hit on the right hand side. Ella Blue on the ball, and she's going to look to slow things down. She might look to recycle this out at the back, does so into the middle, finds Brooke in the middle. She looks to find another pass. Great long ball down the line to Sarah, but unable to get to the ball, unfortunately, getting pushed off the ball. And Canterbury will go for a 16.
Yeah, great vision from Brooke McAwee to find that high channel and give the ball in. It was a bit of a 50-50 ball, but it was a good one. It was almost uncongested by Sarah as Canterbury got up the line yet again. Really nice bit of skill to be able to control the ball down the line as Otago make a nice tackle, and Ella Booth looks infield to Brooke McAwee. It's a very nice transfer of play. There's acres of space on this right hand side, but a bit too much time on the ball from one of the central defenders as she sort of throws the ball away, as Canterbury have a good opportunity to reset, just to hold the ball out, because Otago at the moment are quite happy to sit back in a three-quarter. Oh, it's a really good press, actually. It's worked out quite well, but quite an important touch from Alicia Davis is good tackle from Sarah. She gets the ball back. It's a bit of an obstruction there. She takes it quickly. She's gone 5 metres. Good opportunity for Otago, but it's mopped up well by Canterbury as they clear the ball out with dribbling, and then it's a nice passage of play. Francesca, it's a very good trap from her. She looks to dribble up the middle of the field, but it's tackled really well by Ella Booth. But Canterbury have got the ball again, and there's Ella Booth again to mop up And she looks to Brooke McAwee, open receives. It's a nice triangular play to the other. Oh, it's back to Brooke McAwee, and she's got the ball again, using a nice bit of skill, and she'll look wide, but I would have thought that's a bit of an agricultural tackle. Went over the stick, but she comes away with the ball, and Canterbury have a good opportunity to attack here. It's a 5-on-1 situation, but she might use a bit of skill to get an open shot. She's in the circle. Oh, it's a great tackle by Molly Lowe, pushing her wide, and the Canterbury player pops it under the shoulder. It's an open shot. Oh, she better duff the shot, but good goalkeeping to clear the ball to Ella Booth as she looks to clear, and it strikes the foot, but she gets it back and clears the ball, but it went out. So Canterbury have a good opportunity inside the Otago 22.
That looks to take that free hit nice and quick, beats one player, looking to beat another, pops the ball in the circle. A nice sliding wee pass in there from the Canterbury player. Unfortunately, doesn't manage to get that to one of her fellow players, and Otago mop it up and hit that over the sideline. Another attacking opportunity here for the Canterbury girls, looking to drive the middle of the field, managed to get to the top of the circle. Bit of skill to beat at 3 or 4 players, unfortunately slips over, but another shot still at the top of the circle, and that shot goes over the goal. Really well worked to get a shot off. May have been a PC, but unfortunately they didn't get that, and a good outcome for the Canterbury girls. And Otago will look to take a 16 here and try and work something out of this. Another bit of a passive press coming from the Otago, the Canterbury girls, and they do so well and win a turnover from Otago's mistakes and look to drive the top of the circle, looking for a shot. Great defence from Otago to stop that shot, all stick-to-stick contact there, no ball. And they look to take that nice and quick, but unfortunately that's just out of the reach of the Otago defender, and Canterbury get a free hit. Takes that really quickly again. It seems to be the option here in this game. Free hits quickly. A nice shot at the top of the circle and saved by the goalkeeper. Really well done. And Otago look to try and work the ball out, but only as far as the sideline. And that gives Canterbury a free hit. And that will end the third quarter. And we go into the final quarter of the under-18 girls game between Otago and Canterbury. They look to start off with a big overhead, which will give, hopefully, Otago the possession. Ella Booth does well to control that. Gives the ball out to Emily, and gives the ball straight back to Ella, and she looks to build up that line. Nice long pass coming through, but cut off well by the Canterbury players there. Bit of a scramble there, and Otago do well to win the ball. Referee said that just popped off Canterbury's stick, and they'll take that nice and quick. Again, another free hit taken quickly, and it's just turned over to the Canterbury stick, and they look to drive in the middle. Some great skill from the Canterbury player to beat 3 players. Looks for a pass, but cut off well by Otago, but they look to get the shot off if they can. Nice wee dribble from Canterbury. Another great shot, but just over the goal again. Last few reverses really going over the goal, but a great effort to get a shot off there from the Canterbury girls.
Yeah, Canterbury just can't seem to put the ball in the back of the net in these past 2 quarters. I've been very clinical with their attacking, but these shots have just been wide as Emily Brosnahan looks long, but it's cut out well by the Canterbury attacker. She looks long again. It's well cut out by Molly Lowe. She'll look to outlet it, possibly go for a bit of a dribble, and she earns a foot. Oh, she should probably slow it down here. Not looking long, but she gives it straight back to Canterbury, but it's mopped up well. And Ontaperu keeps the position. Good hustle from her. Is a bit of a mistrap from Otago, and Canterbury mop up well yet again inside their own half. Bit of skill, but it's a good tackle from Otago, but unfortunately the ball went out for them. So Canterbury get a free hit, and they might look to just slow it down here. You know, the Otago press is, yeah, it's a good overhead. Oh no, it's just a bit of a mistrap from Molly Lowe as the Canterbury player looks to use a bit of skill. She's inside the circle. Oh, it's a great pass, but unfortunately the Canterbury striker was a bit too close to the goal to be able to get a hold of that. As a really good opportunity. Oh, great bit of skill from the Otago player to beat 2 players as Annabelle McKnight receives the ball but is crunched by 2 Canterbury players, and she'll look to use a bit of skill. And it's a great ball, great reverse track from the Canterbury player as they get another good opportunity. As oh, it's gone a bit high. No, I would have thought that was off Emily Brosnahan's stick, but she gets a bit of a lifeline and a free hit for Otago. She'll probably look long again. Yeah, she does, and it goes straight to the stick of the Canterbury players, and they've been capitalising these Otago mistakes really well as they look for a transfer, and it's a really good transfer. They're inside the circle, but it's cut out by Molly, and it struck the foot of the Canterbury player, so they have a good opportunity just to reset here.
Emily on the ball for Otago for free hit, and she's going to look to go wide there to Ella Booth on the right hand side. She looks to beat one player and does so successfully, and passes the ball off down the line to a fellow teammate, does so well, and Canterbury just hitting that ball over the sideline, giving a free hit with Ella on the ball, and she's looking to go forward, but maybe we'll recycle that out to Emily, and she does so. Emily looking to find that long pass in the middle to Nikita, and Nikita does well to get in front of her defender to get that pass, but unfortunately unsuccessful on the pass, giving it straight to a Canterbury stick, and Canterbury hit that one away and go for a free hit to Otago down in the left hand pocket, and I'm sure that the Canterbury striker is going to look to crunch this. They do so. A big top handle hit there from Otago, and it's worked out well. Managed to get a foot just in front of halfway, and they look to take that free hit nice and quickly. Unfortunately a mistrap there by Sarah, and that gives the ball to Canterbury. Canterbury keeps their ball in, but unable to get her stick there. And we look to build an attack here for the Otago team on their left-hand side. Good bit of skill, but mopped up well by Canterbury, not letting that ball come through, and manages to find a player just in front of halfway. And she looks to use her skill to drive the right-hand side, using her speed to get past the defence of Otago, and does so successfully. And the hit just going across the face of goal, but not managing to find a stick of a Canterbury player. Elabooth on the ball on their right hand side. She's going to take her time, making sure she finds the right pass, and she does. Trying to find Nikita in the middle, but unsuccessful. And that gives a good turnover to Canterbury, who look to build an attack in the middle. Good bit of skill here. Beaten 2 players already on pace and skill. Looking for a pass on the left hand side and does so. Good tackle by Emily from Otago, but still giving possession to Canterbury. Francesca winning a free hit there for the Canterbury team just outside the circle on the left hand side.
Yeah, Canterbury playing some really good hockey this quarter. You know, Otago have come out firing this quarter and the past quarter, as Canterbury have a good opportunity, but it's well cleared out by Ella Booth, and Otago look to clear, but there's an open shot at the top, but it's mishandled by the Canterbury player, and Otago defend well. But yeah, Canterbury have been playing some fantastic attacking hockey, not looking long every time they get the ball, but stringing some good passes together. As it's a good pass looking for Annabelle McKnight, but unfortunately it struck the foot of the Canterbury player. But Otago have a good opportunity to get the ball inside the mixer. And she'll look wide. Oh, it's a good trap. Man, that struck the foot. Oh no, it hasn't struck the foot of the Canterbury player. Could have sworn it had. I think that's Francesca using a bit of her skills again, but it's, oh no, struck the foot of Brooke, I believe, and Francesca looks long to relieve the pressure. It's very congested up the middle, so Canterbury will just look to utilise the sideline and stretch the Otago players and make sure they have enough time with the ball on possible. As Molly Lowe restarts with the ball, she looks long, and it's a good trap from the Otago player, and she'll look infield to Brooke McAwee, but she leaves it for Ella Booth, and she has acres of space up the sideline, and she just keeps dribbling, makes it 2-on-1. It's a great ball. It was the right idea, but it struck the stick of the Canterbury player and went into the foot of the Otago player.
Big long handle hit there, bit bobbly, and manages to get through about 3 or 4 players, but cleaned up well by Otago, and they win a free hit from a bit of a dirty tackle from the Canterbury striker line. And we look to recycle that out to Emily, who's going to look for a nice play again, switches the play again back to the left hand side. Just a bit patient this time, which is good to see from Otago, trying to find that right pass. Bit of pressure here coming from the Canterbury striker line now as they look to turn that ball over, and it cops the stick of one of the strikers of Canterbury and bobbles over for a free hit. Ella unfortunately hits that straight to the Canterbury stick, and they build their attack on the left hand side. Bit of a dirty tackle there, but Canterbury do well and to keep the ball, keep possession of their ball, and they start their attack in the middle of the field. A good opportunity here, but a great tackle from the top of the circle from Canterbury. Following on top of the circle, good dribble from Canterbury to get the shot away, and well kept, well saved by the goalkeeper to clear that ball wide. Canterbury will go for a long corner there on the top of the circle. Otago did really well to stay in that tackle there, but Canterbury doing even better to get that shot away. And they build their attack on the right hand side. Ball just rolling over this sideline and going for a free hit to Otago on their left hand pocket. Canterbury might look to be a bit more passive on their press and just relieve a bit of pressure, but they do an aggressive press and get a good turnover just on top of the circle with Francesca with the ball for Canterbury, just dribbling along the face of the circle, trying to find that pass. Good bit of skill there, and she might look for a reverse along the baseline. Keeps the ball, tries to find one of her teammates. Unfortunately, a bit of a mishap, and the ball bobbles over the sideline. Emily on the ball on the right hand side there for Otago, looking for the long pass, but cut off well by Canterbury's striker line, and they do well to win a free hit.
Yeah, this Canterbury press has been really relentless in this past quarter. You know, Otago have just been throwing the ball away. I think they need to be a bit more patient when they're on the ball, as it's good goalkeeping there to get rid of the ball and just make sure that there's no ball inside the circle. But yeah, Otago just need to slow the game down a bit more, because the Cantabs are really utilising all the opportunities they have here. As another long corner with Ella Heffernan. She'll look to link up with her high striker and use a bit of skill, and it struck the foot there, no advantage. So another PC for Canterbury, the first one of this quarter, and Otago won't be happy with that, because they've been defending quite well this quarter for those double turnovers, but they just need to slow it down a bit more, as we see probably another double bracket set up for Canterbury. So we see the injector going on another light stroll to the drag out spot with the ball in hand. Love and life. Sets the ball up. Classy. Oh, that's a fantastic PC routine. The trap, the drag out and the flick, all absolutely amazing from Canterbury. That's clinical penalty corner hockey from Canterbury. They would have wanted to execute that one, and they did it perfectly. Good on you, Canterbury.
That puts Canterbury up 5-0 now. I'm sure they'll be really happy with their scoreline there, especially after their victory yesterday. Definitely looking to build on that. Otago looking to get one back on them, but Canterbury successfully defending that, and they build their attack on the right hand side. We'll see her on the ball for I think it was number 2 for and they do really well. They managed to get the ball on the back of the net yet again. On the space of a minute, they get 2 goals. I'm sure they'll be very happy with that. That started from a mistake of the Otago strikers there, and Canterbury really capitalised on that opportunity. Otago looking to start here with Brock on the ball in the middle of the field. She looks to go wide to the left, and the ball's just out of reach of the Otago player. Nice overhead there to Canterbury striker Sophie, I believe, but she's unable to trap that, and Otago get a 16 hit. Great pressure here coming from the Canterbury team, really putting Otago under the pump, and they've got some good results from it. 2 goals in less than a minute, and I'm sure they're going to look to get one more now. And that pass just going in front of the Otago team, and Canterbury going to get another free hit inside the 25. Looks to take it nice and quickly. Definitely
eager to score more goals, which is great to see. And Otago are going to try their best to defend that and do so well. Win a free hit, taken nice and quickly by Nikita, trying to get a 2-on-1 situation, but only finding the sideline, giving Canterbury the ball straight back again.
Yeah, it's just that Cantab strike line. They've been absolutely clinical in this past 2 quarters, and then it was the back four mopping everything up in the first 2 quarters. So it's a team effort from Canterbury today as they look long again. And so excellent receive from the midfielder, but good hustle from the Otago player to earn Canterbury a free hit, and they just sort of throw the ball away. The Cantab striker couldn't get a hold of that one as Otago get a free hit inside their own 22. They'll look long probably again with Molly Lowe. Or it's come up onto the face of the Cantab player from the stick of the foot, and Otago get another free hit. They've got to be careful with these long handles, because sometimes, you look at their press at the moment, there's about 5 Cantabs around the 2 Otago players, so if they duff the hit, and if Canterbury get it, Ella Heffernan there, just a little bit of a mistrap from the hit, and Otago get the lifeline with Brooke McAwee, but it's tackled really well from Ella. It's a good recovery from that trap, and she looks to transfer the ball. It's an excellent midfield transfer. It's carving Otago up here as they look to use those short, sharp passes yet again. They dump it out to the central defender, and she'll look wide, and she does that really well, and she'll look back to the fullback. A bit of a mistrap, but Canterbury there to mop it up, and they're just resetting the game, and Ella Heffernan's doing a nice lead in the midfield. It's a good open receive by her, a great bit of skill, but unfortunately she's tripped up by the Otago player, but it's play on because it was accidental, and she gets the ball again. Ella Heffernan, fantastic work, good hustle from her as Canterbury have a very good opportunity. If she looks wide, which she does, open shot on goal, it's just wide. It's an absolutely sublime passage of play from Canterbury. They've been doing it well these past 2 quarters, just resetting the game if they need to, and getting those short, sharp passes absolutely crisp, and it's carving Otago up.
Emily on the ball for Otago, looking to take a 16, looking to find a nice short pass to Nikita in the middle, does so well, and she's attacked by 2 Cantabrian players, and she wins a free hit in the middle of the field. Final 4 minutes of the game, I'm sure Otago definitely going to look to put a goal on Canterbury if they can. Nikita on the ball in the middle, looks to go wide, does so well. May look for a line ball or to recycle that back out, and Emily on the ball at the back, looking to switch to play from left to right, and they do so, but immediate pressure coming from the Cantabrian strike line. Otago doing well to create a wee triangle in there. What a 2-on-1 situation here if they can get control of the ball, but Canterbury getting to that ball first, really hustling there, really wanting the ball, more eager than the Otago players there. Emily doing well to win control of that ball on her right hand side, trying to beat one player, does so, trying to get to the next player, but ball just out of her reach, and the Cantabrians getting a free hit on the left hand side. Looking to take that nice and quick to try and find one of their players in the middle, but bit of a mistrap, and Otago looking to capitalise on that if they could, but Canterbury cleaning that one up, getting the ball back, starting the attack on that right hand side. Great pass out wide as we look for a wee baseline drive here. Gets into the circle, beats one player but can't get past 2 players. But Canterbury still managing to get the ball back, and Otago winning a free hit from it.
Yeah, this is much better from Otago. A lot more patient with their passes. They're not going straight in the middle to their giving the ball to the Canterbury key players, and they're just looking wide to relieve the pressure. And it's a good line ball. It's really well trapped. It's unfortunately just rolls out. I saw she got her head up and was looking for Onge Peru, but fortunately the ball just dribbled out. And there's a bit of a mishap there. I'm sure that was Otago's ball, but Canterbury have taken it, and they have a good opportunity here. It's good hustle by Emily as she's taken out by the Canterbury player. The Canterbury player is not happy with that. She thought she was taken out. She's still talking to the ref, having a good yarn to the ref about that decision, and Emily doesn't say anything to the ref, so maybe a controversial decision there. As she looks long, it's a good fake by the skipper to land it on the Canterbury's foot, and she has a good opportunity here just to look up, reset, find a midfield that are offering up.
Pass out wide to Ella Booth for Otago. She looks for a line ball. A great T-spot pass, but unfortunately no Otago players able to get on the end of that. Canterbury going to go for a 16 hit with the final 2 minutes of the game to be played. A bit of a high press coming here from the Otago strikers, and they look to crunch the defence of Canterbury, but managing to get a ball through to their midfield. And looking for that pass, but Otago reading it really early. Sarah on the ball for Otago on the left-hand side, looking to beat one player or find a pass. Successfully finds a pass. A good bit of skill here from Otago team to get the ball to the top of the circle, but mopped up well by the defence of Canterbury. Promising opportunity there for the Otago girls, but that last pass just not going the way of Otago. And Canterbury building the attack on that right-hand side. Big counter opportunity here. Good skill to get the ball infield, but mopped up well by Nikita for Otago. She looks to pass the ball wide, but instead finding the foot of a Canterbury player. And they take that free hit nice and quickly. Bit of a mistrap, but good control of the ball. Big swinging tackle coming from the Canterbury team, and a free hit to Otago. They look to get a ball into the circle. Mopped up well by Canterbury, but unfortunately just copying the foot of one of their players. So they look to take a free hit just on outside the 25. They may look to go directly in, or they may look to recycle this one out. See what they're going to do. Good pressure from Canterbury. Ball in the circle. Goalkeepers had to save that one. Ball's gone out wide to the left-hand side. Good hustle from the Otago player. Bit of physicality, which is great to see. Good bit of skill trying to get the ball out. 2-on-2 situation here in the left-hand corner in the final 30 seconds of the game. And Canterbury doing well to win a free hit, and I'm sure Canterbury going to look to just let the clock tick down now, go for a big overhead. Pretty confident that the game's theirs now, and Emily just looking to good control of the ball, good bit of skill to beat two players. Unfortunately, try to hit that into the circle, but missing that, and Canterbury mopping it up as we hit the final 5 seconds of the game. Canterbury are looking to score one more goal. Do so well. Ball at the top of the circle. 1-on-1 with the goalie. And the goalie does really well and saves that. And that will end the game. Great hockey coming from the Canterbury under-18 girls as that concludes the under-18 girls game. They definitely played some great hockey. The Canterbury girls winning both games very convincingly. And I'm sure they'll be very happy with their performance the last 2 days.
Yeah, I agree, Jaden. They were just very clinical at the breakdown. They capitalised on all the double turnovers they got, and their pressing was equally as aggressive as their defence. So, yeah, quite good hockey being played by Canterbury. As now we have the Otago women's versus the Canterbury women's. The Otago women's won, I think it was about 5-1 yesterday. So they'll be looking to continue that confidence and bring that momentum into the game today.